What's up guys, this is Cher talking, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, let's talk about news for months in SaGa Universe. They just announced double banners and, well, we already have information in one of them. Alongside a new event called Collect Elemental Gears. There's 4 different double S equipments, that's interesting. The HP cap of this event will be 20 points higher than the current story mode. And it's related to Unlimited SaGa. Well, the banners are mixed up. We have Unlimited SaGa and characters from different series. Well, the characters from Unlimited SaGa we already have the information about, and we'll be discussing in a few, while the other banner has Human Male, Elizabeth, and Ray. I do believe they will buff Ray to become very strong now that we have Saruin. So let's go straight to Reddit. We have a post here by Hans43. As always, thank you so much for doing this amazing job. All the information about global changes are already here compared to JP. They buffed Laura STR in agility. She's more of a farmer, and she's actually very strong as one. She has 3P on start, and all attacks will be critical to Human, Beastman, Giant, and Beast. Well, enemies that are human are usually weak to slash. Not all beastmen are. Usually they are weak to the 3 elements. And giants are weak to slash as well. But beasts, not always. So at least 2 of these types will be weak, so you do more damage always. And the other 2 you're just kind of allowing you to recover BP, because that's what happens when you land critical attacks with Laura. She also has 20% damage increase and then great lethal tension. That gives her 30% at all times and another 30 when landing critical attacks. So all in all, she can reach 80% damage increase when landing critical attacks, and that's when you're going to use her. The first skill is a power 3BP. You're not going to use this, believe me, unless you want to inherit from her UDX style a single target cycle for raids and some other stuff. And then she has a 8PP AoE attack with B power that is fast. That's the same attack that Noah has access to. It kind of has low power with B, but it's... if you're landing in critical attacks, you can easily farm on story, but this won't easily clear any event. Just forget about it. But she has this 13 AoE attack with double S power that can easily clear events and lots of different things because it's just too strong. Double S power, full AoE, and there's a huge chance to recover 5 VP. Well, if she recovers 5 VP and lands a critical attack, she will be able to use this 2 times in a row. But when farming, we don't want to rely on RNG. Huge chance it's 37%, so once every 3 usages on average. So why? It's not important. But when farming on events that has 2 waves, she will kill the first wave and still help with the second. So only a secondary character will be needed, and the secondary character can have a very powerful attack that only happens on the second turn. So it's a strong character for setups of farming. She can also work by inheritance of counter skills, since she will just be able to get lots and lots of VP. Critical attack lands, it's even when she's countering, guys. So let's say that she's using Wind Will. That is a skill that has single target counter with Pierce, and she's using a critical weapon. And 1 hit on critical will recover 5 VP. She can keep using counters almost forever. But if you pull it on Leon, Enya, and Emperor banner, you already have at least single target counter for Pierce. But she also has an AoE counter option with one of her past premium styles. If you have access to that, that would be interesting. But she has no damage reduction passive. She needs to land the counter attacks because they will evade damage. But if the enemy has indirect attacks on the middle, it's just gonna be a nightmare. So she's not as easy to use, but does have some utility if you have inheritance. And is an exceptional farmer, but right now, well, we already have way too many, and this doesn't matter too much in my opinion. So she is an SS plus character by raw damage, but kinda easy to skip. The next one is Henry, and he was buffed for endurance, agility, and charisma. And he's a character that tries to stay on full HP and block damage to increase his damage capabilities. Well, he has a 50% chance to trigger damage block 1 time, no turn limit when he's attacking. So this can stack. He already starts the fight with 5 damage blocks. So on boss fights, usually the first 2 turns you see no damage, at least depending on boss behavior. And when attacking, you can just increase the number of damage blocks. And by the end of a turn, if he does not take damage, he recovers 3 BP. So usually at least the first 2 turns, he will not take damage and we recover 3 BP each one. And then he starts the fight with 12. This is all that he has related to BP. And then he has a 75% damage increase when on full HP, and only 30 when not on full HP. When he is attacking, he has a 37% chance to trigger Healing Pierce. That is a C-power attack that recovers around 1000. But this is not a guarantee, so, well, it's a bummer. I really wanted this to be a guarantee since he relies on being on full HP to reach his max potential. That's it, he does not have damage reduction passive. But this is kind of dangerous. We just got the latest version of Ian that can also trigger damage blocks via his chase, and he already has damage reduction. Why didn't they give this to Henry? Well, that's what we have. Skills, the first one is a free deep power attack that buffs dexterity by 30%. When attacking, it's good to stack some dexterity when you don't have enough BP to nuke, because his nuke is 12 BP, triple S power. Before attacking, he grants himself a morale up, very large, that increases damage potential by 40%. It has both pierce and slash damage, so double elements is nice. And then, because it's before he attacks, it will feel more like a 4S attack, and his chase attack will also benefit if it triggers. Then he has an 8 BP skill that has pierce and slash damage that is used for farming. So it's just AoE 3 times in a row. It will allow you to farm story stages, but not events. So this character here is okay. Has some interesting design by having to build damage blocks, but since he doesn't have damage reduction, I don't think that he will actually matter too much. He's more of a character that will work on remembrance, but nothing besides of it. We'll receive an SS plus grade, but I'm thinking about just playing SS because no damage reduction is too dangerous, even if he can damage block. The next one is Iskandar, and they buffed STR, Endurance, and Will to all have 111. It's a good defensive support by having a good sustain, but damage is lacking a little. Agility is 82%, but it doesn't change much. Moving for passives, on the start of a turn, he will recover HP by around 1000, yes, just by starting the turn. And then he will clear all attribute debuffs, and also on the end of a turn, if he is dead, he will just self-revive with 1000 HP. And if he is not dead, he will also just cleanse all status elements. So very nice thing to have with a character. Self-heal, self-cleanse, and self-debuff removal. Then the second one, he just grants an attack boost and defense boost to all surviving allies. Based on JP, it's 15% for damage and 15% damage reduction to everyone in the party, not related to people being alive or not. And we will also recover 2 BP by the end of a turn, so he gets 5 BP per turn. Then this is his only way to increase his damage, because he has nothing else. The third one, when being attacked, damage reduces by 30%, and on the third begins, he grants himself a defense up that decreases damage taken by 15%, and this stacks 5 times per battle. So it's insane. He already has 5 stacks of 15%, he already has this defense boost of another minus 15, and he can just self-heal. He is almost unkillable. He just won't easily die, unless someone just focus fire on him, many single target nukes. So a character that is reliable to stay there, trying to support, but does he have enough support besides the attack and defense boost? Let's give a look on the skills. The first one is an E-power single target attack with Slash and Sun that will recover the HP of all surviving allies, but it's very small effect. That should be around 220. It's good, but we are now using characters that heal much more than that with the latest Mirrors and Silver Light, with Polka, and even Muse. So this is just an extra effect if you need help here and there, but it's not mandatory or important. The second skill is the thing that we wanted to be changing in Global. It costs only 2 BP, and it recovers 2 BP to the party and fills the Overdrive Gauge to max. So, in JP it was only 1 time, and they didn't change for Global. We were expecting at least 2 usages of this, or even 3. Because some characters in the future will have some mechanics that are even better on Overdrive. We already have some characters that have extra attacks on Overdrive, some extra damage, like Hercules, and we'll get more and more characters that are based on Overdrive strategies. So having this character right now would benefit from, you know, new releases, but they didn't change this. There is a future style of Labelle that also has something similar, and she can even use it more times after charging by use of skill number 3. But, well, Iskandar is just locked in using this once, and you actually want to use this right after your Overdrive, so or just by turn 1, and then you can just use it only once, it's said. The third one is a 9 BP triple S attack with Slash and Sun that is fast and gives a defensive stance that decreases indirect damage to the party by 25%. This is interesting because it's the first time that we are getting this. We had a magic shield that started with Gustave decreasing by 35, then we have Tsubaki that decreases by 25 but passively, then we got Katarina that decreases skill damage, but since spells are always indirect and some other skills that are physical are also indirect, this covers the most number of enemy attacks. So it's interesting, I can see some utility, but since the character has only this, and that 15% reduction from the defense boost, it's not as much as we wanted, because, well, Let's Paint Gustav has Guard Up Medium that decreases 25, he has Defense Boost that decreases 15, and he already has minus 20 by his Scrumguard version, so he already has 3 defensive layers. We also just got Empress, and Empress has minus 10%, and she has minus 25 from Morale Down, and she can get under minus 25 from Christmas Style. So she has also 3 defensive layers. This character only has 2 defensive layers, and one of them is lower than usual. So it's not bad, but it's just that we are kind of expecting more right now. So the character is very sustainable, very hard to kill, and can help. I will be giving him a triple S grade, but I just don't think that he is better than Empress. Empress is a little better, although he does not need inheritance. He comes ready to use. So this berry is average in my opinion. It helps because Iskandar don't need inheritance, and the other 2 characters need. And Henry is an okay damage dealer, but has lots of risks. And Laura is a very strong farmer, but, well, in the end, I don't think any of these characters are must-haves or anything. With Iskandar being the best one, generally, because of what he gives as support, and even then, well, we have superior options. With all that said, this banner will receive a bronze award. That's my opinion. It may change tomorrow, but I think I'll stick to it. But if you are a fan of the characters, well, just pull for them. But this is my opinion. Let's see yours here in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. And if you want to support the channel, there are links on the description of the video. I hope to see you soon in the next one. Bye.